Today is the beginning of facing my fears for 30 days. And this is a challenge where I basically do something that I'm very, very afraid of. Maybe not super afraid of, but at least something where I feel some level of resistance, some level of actually, fear to me these days has mostly been related to other people, connection to other people. So, what will people think about me if I asked for, let's say, invite my friend to be part of a video or something like that? Would they say no? There's all these thoughts that go in my head that I know is unreasonable for the most part, but also some that I know are likely to happen, but I just need to get through it. For instance, day one, which was yesterday, was me finally publishing my ebook. It's submitted, but it isn't fully out quite yet. It needs to go through a review process. But after it's out, there was a part of me during the process while we were creating it where we just thought to ourselves, I don't know if people are gonna like this. I don't know. I feel like there's so many things I can do better with this ebook, with this book in general, the audiobook as well, where I'm better as because I've worked on it for 4 months for the audiobook. I'm better now than I was 4 to 5 months ago. And if I were to just restart it from this point, I would make a much better product. But it's done, and I want to just get it out there because I've worked on this so hard, but a part of me just feels afraid that people are going to judge it. People are going to be like, why are you creating this book or whatever? What sort of credibility or just to address that real quick, the audiobook I'm creating is meant to learn essential Japanese for travel. So it's quite simple Japanese, to be honest, but it is me who I am part Japanese, but I'm not a native Japanese person. So it's I'm only very little part Japanese. Also, my great grandma was Japanese, but either way, I don't have the best credentials to teach it, is what I'm saying. But I did live in Japan for about a year, and during that time, the whole journey was basically just me collecting notes, things I actually heard from people, talking with my native friends a lot and asking them a shit ton of questions, and then collecting notes and then creating this audiobook. It's more like me delivering information from actual real native sources that I learned from. So it's they proofread it. It's been proofread multiple times at this point, 3 or 4 times, audio wise, script wise, everything. But I still have that fear of someone just mentioning it, that, oh, why are you teaching this or whatever? Why are you making this audiobook? And I know it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just information. Anybody can teach anything as long as they have some level of knowledge about it and the ability to teach it. In fact, I think sometimes native speakers can be a poor teacher in regards to teaching a beginner because they're not able, unless they're fluent in English, then they would probably be the best teacher. But oftentimes native speakers are not fluent in English, so they wouldn't make the best teacher for Japanese. Anyways, it's a lot of reasoning that goes on in my head, and I feel like I don't need to do that, but I do that, and it builds up this thing inside me, which I call resistance, which I call fear. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to do my best to let all of that go and just tackle it. I'm afraid, after this ebook is finished, I'm afraid to promote it. All my creative life, I basically not promoted anything, really. On occasion, in the first year of my creative process, I have tried to post things on Reddit or whatever, but after a while I just stopped. I just kind of got into the creation process, and that's all I focused on. I never really cared too much to actually put myself out there. But now I worked on this for so long, I need to put myself out there. I need to face my fears of marketing and promotion and all that stuff and actually do it. So for this day, I'm gonna do my best to finish up everything and then start messaging some friends about what I've done, what I've been up to and all that stuff. So once the release happens, they won't be surprised, and then I'll get some support for it. Because I really, really do want to try for once instead of just being so afraid that I don't do anything. yeah, a lot of it is related to other people. Like, just I am afraid. Like, what if my friend thinks, oh my gosh, like they're just reaching out to get support for something, and that's it. They don't even care about me or whatever.
Right.
There's like all these thoughts that go on in my head, like I said, and this 30 days, the next 30 days are meant to just challenge that brain, the part of my brain that like fights against me. So that's what I'm gonna do, and each day I'm gonna try my best to talk about how I faced a fear in that day. And I would love for you guys to also join me in some way, like in the comments. Like, just talk about one thing that you did where you were afraid to do it, or there was some resistance and you managed to break through and you got it done. No matter what the results are, you still like went for it, you know? That's what I'm gonna try my best to do. And there's a lot. There's a lot of ideas I already have right now, like reaching out to friends for some video content, reaching out to even strangers to like maybe restart my podcast back up. There's so many things that I feel I can do to like challenge myself daily to build up this muscle of facing my fears and breaking through. Okay, this is day 1/2 because yesterday I submitted that ebook. I was like, it actually felt way better like than I thought. I wasn't as afraid. Like, it's weird. It's like once you decide that you're gonna do it, you're less afraid. But in the middle of the process or like before the process, like there was so much resistance and fear for sure. I was just like, ugh. But it's done. So that was day 1, and I'll just talk about like the days after they happen. So today is day 2. I'll talk about it tomorrow, and so on until day 30, and then we'll have a collection of 30 things that we did facing my fears. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.